And welcome back, everybody. I am Dr. Chris Tomczak.
I am Dr. Dom DeSessi with Health Source, with Health Source.
Still with Health Source.
Still with Health Source.
All right. We've been combing through some of the press, newspapers and so forth, and all you got to do is also flip on the TV, and there's a burning topic on everyone's mind right now. It's socialized medicine. You know, is it public option, non-public option? How far are we going to reform the healthcare? I don't want to talk about healthcare reform, because everyone realizes that there's some definite problems in our healthcare system. Almost everybody realizes that, or has that opinion. Let's talk about something on the extreme. Let's talk about socialized medicine. When I talk about socialized medicine, I mean like the model that Great Britain has. When you think, we'll start with you, Dr. Don. When you think of Great Britain or England's socialized medicine program, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
I hate to say it, but what comes to mind is mortality rates.
Really?
Mortality rates in the sense of, you know, if you have a breast cancer in the United States versus a breast cancer and you're a patient in a Great Britain scenario, you have better odds in the United States healthcare system the way it is now. And that's just the way I look at it, the mortality rates.
Well, and there's a lot to be said for that. I didn't actually expect that answer from you. Because the first thing that people that I've talked to, the first thing they think about when you broach the subject of socialized medicine is the wait.
Yeah.
The wait. I gotta wait 6 months to see a specialist for my eyes, or to see a heart specialist, or for whatever, rheumatologist. Yeah. It's the wait, because there's very long waits in the socialized medicine countries that we've taken a look at.
But Americans love to wait. Don't wait.
We are the culture of, hey, I want it like yesterday.
Oh,
so
man.
give it to me yesterday. Yeah, so that's probably one of the biggest things. I was reading an article, this is before this debate started kicking up. I was reading an article several years ago. It was written by an American doctor who went over to Great Britain. He moved over to Great Britain for a little while. He and his wife, I don't remember the circumstances. His wife took a job in Great Britain, and they both decided, hey, let's go live in England for a couple of years. So they did that. And so he got right into the healthcare system and started working in a large clinic. And he said the first couple of days he couldn't figure out where the doctors would go, because everyone like closes down at noon and takes a longer lunch. You know, like in a
Italy was the same way. From noon to 3, everything's closed. Even if you wanted to go eat, those places were closed. You know, a little different.
So you had a little trouble getting some lunch, didn't you?
Yes, it was different.
I'll find out. We'll get there someday. So, anyways, he's figuring out where's everyone going at lunch. They finally invite him. Been a few days, they invite him. They go to a pub. They go to the pub and have a couple of pints of ale.
Wow.
So you got the doctors and the nurses who are taking care of people who are doing surgeries and everything in the afternoon. They're drinking at lunch. And they're doing that. Number one, there's a great deal of, from at least from this article, a great deal of discouragement, disappointment, disillusionment from the healthcare providers. They don't like the system. They're essentially punching a clock for the government.
Yeah.
And you're also getting into the realm that typical doctor ends up, which is, this is not where I wanted to go, but actually earns less than let's say a plumber.
Yeah.
That's the exact analogy that was used in the article.
Well, the problem I think with a scenario like that is that it does equate a lot of things to dollars, dollars and cents and statistics. And so what happens is a doctor will be limited to what he's allowed to do with the patient based on the cost of what it might do, regardless of the fact that it may cost more but be more effective.
Right.
You know, and that's where here we have more tools in the toolbox.
Yeah, you can use more tools.
Yeah.
You got a bigger toolbox. Period.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That is not to say that there's some pros as well to the system, because I'm sure there are. This article didn't, however, explore those pros. It just explored pretty much the cons. So I don't know where you guys are standing on when it comes to a true socialized medicine, but rest assured, it will be drastically different than what you're experiencing today. What do you think?
I think that's a given.
Yeah, I do too. All right, you can check out our website, healthsourcechiro.com. Follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook, and we'll have an extremely interesting segment for you tomorrow. You guys take care.
Thank you.